Hey everybody, clearing. Okay, this is a really quick little reading and I'm literally just gonna do, what do the twins need? Twin collective, I'm rushing. Calm down. Oh my goodness. I know that I have to start personal readings right away, so I'm trying to get this in because I can't shake the feeling that I'm supposed to. So without further ado, blah, 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 here we go. So one card for the Divine Feminines, one for the Divine Masculines, and what does it mean? And then I'm going to do a quick connection spread to see what all the twins should be looking at, feeling, paying attention to. But here we go. So Divine Feminines, one card for Divine Feminines. New beginning, leap of faith. Okay, gonna get, what does it mean energetically? What does this Fool card mean? Oh, this is lovely. Forgiveness. So compassion, emotional awakening, and forgiveness. So, you know, Divine Feminines, so many times Divine Feminines are waiting for their Divine Masculine to wake up, to feel the connection, to come forward. And there's this assumption that to come forward, they need to awaken to the connection. Your Divine Masculine is awake to the connection. They are following divine guidance about the timing. If it's a true twin, they are listening to the divine gag order and doing them, staying in their lane, being number one with their guidance system. So have forgiveness on that. That's what you want. Yesterday's reading, it came through so eloquently that the Divine Masculines have been learning compassionate non-attachment. That breadcrumbing, ghosting, or taking a step back, it's been an act of letting go for them. It's been a compassionate non-attachment. They've been trying not to let your connection have that much power over them. They've been trying to hold their own. It's been a victory to stay the course for them. And that's not a bad thing. Can you switch your thinking, Divine Feminines, so you can embody a little bit more of that? You, Divine Feminines, are being given this cue that emotionally awakening allows for the autonomy, the sovereignty of both in this dynamic. See yourself as single, even going into union. How would that radically change your viewpoint of union if it was a matter of becoming more intimate while maintaining your sovereignty and autonomy within the connection? Truly, as an individual. It's very codependent to think of losing yourself emotionally, mentally, physically, financially into a situation, even legally with marriage. Think about that. There are ways the marriage laws are going to change to reflect these higher aesthetic relationships. However, what if your Divine Masculine has had it right and has been balancing out this autonomy and sovereignty all the way along? You may have interpreted it as cruel. Yes, it's lacked communication, but look at what it's done for you, Divine Feminine. And there's this leap of faith. Can you see yourself as an individual, sovereign, autonomous from here on out? What kind of an emotional awakening would you need to have to validate that perspective? To come into the forgiveness when you've taken it personally that your Divine Masculine hasn't come forward. Sure, that's just the human, but I'm interpreting through the divine lens for the big picture of what it's done to the connection. Your Divine Masculine hasn't been, you know, smug over there knowing all of this impeccably. They've been doing them, and it's looked however many ways in the 3D. But from the divine lens, look what it's done to you. That's the fruit, so to speak, that you're meant to look at in this connection in your own right. You have become somebody that can do this leap of faith in your own right. Don't get that twisted, Divine Feminines. Okay, one card for the Divine Masculines. Coming back around, not walking away. 8 of Cups in the reverse. What does this mean? Correspondence, telepathy, declaration. So Divine Feminines, your Divine Masculine feels this shift in you, feels that you have now held your own. Literally, you've been able to let go. You have truly come into your own. I'm hearing trumpets blowing and angels crying right now, divine feminines. Your divine masculine is coming back around because you have become whole. You're ready to do this the right way. So telepathically, there's this understanding. Divine masculines are in the loop and they are not going anywhere. Okay, divine masculines, that's beautiful. So divine masculines are having conversations with the counterparts here. Okay, one sec, I'm gonna shuffle. We're gonna get into what are the twins meant to be looking at on the conscious mind. What is the heart space to consider? What kind of manifestation goals should we be setting at this time in the collective? What is it that we can do right now to maximize the awareness of the energy at this time? What is the biggest collective challenge we're dealing with? What's the solution for that? Where is the energy going? Okay, what should we be thinking about? The big picture. Curiosity about truth. Wow, I'm being told in this is codependency, where somebody is staked and the other one has to offer sustenance. This person is just kind of chilling out. I'm getting, this has nothing to do with the twin collective, but this person has just tied them there. Oh, woe is me, I can't do it on my own, I need help. Anyways, the end of that imbalance. So there's emotion here. How can you, all the twins watching this, look at the ways that some person has done too much, where there hasn't been equality, where somebody has felt like they had to do it on behalf of another? So that's what we're being asked to look at today. How can you just focus on self and not criticize that that's abandoning or selfish? How can you look at the ways that you haven't been able to lean on your divine counterpart through this journey? How they haven't been there, or haven't been receptive to your charitable offers, like the love bombing, or trying to be a part of the major changes. There is emotion here. Be curious about that fact, twins, that when you've tried to prematurely overcompensate or be included in your twin's life when they've been going through their karma, how the energies have not allowed. That has been to create that Fool card, the leap of faith, divine feminines, where we can be sovereign forevermore and not be in those imbalanced. Kindness and mutuality will come, but there needed to be a bar set so that it was not a fragile thing going into union, I just heard. So be grateful for all the times you haven't been able to team up prematurely. You've been energetically holding support for each other, even though it didn't look like the typical ways that partners come in and lend a hand and band together through the karma stuff. That's a survival method. That's a lower vibrational template that's being erased in relationships, where now we're moving into offering from a glad heart. I remember a while ago, last year possibly, that there were a lot of channelings about how it's not even 50-50. It's two whole people with a 10% tithing excess that comes from that abundance, and that 10% catapults together and becomes exponential. But it's not even 50-50, let alone 20-80 with somebody over giving. So come into your own to the point where you've got a 10% excess that you can valve and tithe into everything that you're doing, where it doesn't deplete you, that you keep your bucket full, so to speak, because your life is so rad. What are the twins meant to be looking at in the heart space? Still looking at, well, conscious mind, this whole shift from survival herd mentality to sovereign mastery, and the subconscious implications, how the subconscious drivers have created burden, how we think we're doing one thing that is going to lead to positive results, but it's just keeping an enmeshed energy. So we are coming into more union frequencies. These messages are not a criticism. They are a pat on the back to say, look at these things. This is where it's really at, with why these dynamics have taken so long. What is the manifestation we're meant to be looking at? The higher love. We're meant to be talking with friends and family and even our twin about the dynamics that have caused struggle, that have caused conflict, that have caused imbalances, that have been confusing. The Five of Wands is the opinion of lots of other people, people pleasing, it's resistance, it's the blanket phrases we have in our head, the rules of thumb that we navigate by out of tradition, but we haven't taken the time to look at those. So we're calibrating it all, but we are becoming these leaders, these thought innovators that are speaking to friends and family, community now. This is also stepping into mission. There is a masculine here. So the masculines are leading powwows, I just heard. That may resonate for some, but they are also looking at how they can influence their communities towards seeing the practical application of higher love. So everybody, divine feminines, all of us are putting our namesake behind new modalities, new brands, expanding our influence into the world, and just opening up to speaking with people in the world on a daily basis from this higher lens. So keep focused on that. This is where the sovereign abundance comes in. What actions can be taken at this time? Surrendering to this love and really working on killing off all of these dragons of anxiety regarding the connection. It has never been here to punish us. This connection has not meant to be painful, has not been meant to be painful. Let me say that again. You're not meant to have pain on this journey, not at the hand of your counterpart. You're meant to see it with spiritual wisdom, so you take the blessing in everything that's happened. If you are triggered by your counterpart, you're not looking at it as a spiritual level, or perhaps you're not actually in a twin flame dynamic and you're just wanting to control another person to be your lover or to commit to you. So really consider. And if you have stumbled on twin flame readings and it is more of a karmic thing and you are just wanting to come into union, it's not a mistake that you've found the twin flame journey or the concept of it. And that to me shows you're very precocious and you've got a leap of karma to clear, but you will, or you would not have found the twin flame stuff. So don't be hard on yourself if it feels like you are maybe in a karmic situation, a clash of butting heads with your person. It may not be that that is your twin flame, but you're learning a lot. Karmic twins can feel like an incredible magnetic pull, like a compulsion, like you've got to have them, an obsession. And the journey with a twin can look to the layman as an obsession from the outside, but it really is a different animal. And it is more based on what the divine shows us than anything else. But each one is accountable for the mastery to be able to tell the difference. Nobody else can tell you if you're with your twin or not, and different karmas can look like different things. So if you found this reading or any of my readings or twin flame readings, it's not by chance. You are destined for great love, and you don't have to worry if perhaps the person that you have stumbled on these readings regarding isn't a twin. You don't really have to know. It's all about the spiritual becoming and seeing things from that big picture, coming into mastery in your own right. Okay, what is the biggest challenge? All of the towers that are happening, all of the major changes that are happening in our lives to bring in these unions. So everybody, there's going to be major 3D restructuring right now. There's a window of 3 months, I just heard, where a lot of changes, moves, divorces, assets, jobs, beliefs, everything's being restructured. I'm being told to pull a clarifier on this. No, we're going to do Witch's Tarot. So what can we see? What are these towers? The changes in the physical with these to reflect the inner standards that we've been applying with mastery. So I just heard that the collective reached a critical agreement, a massive agreement of what is the new standard. And I want to say it's so miraculous because it's not that we are apart from the plan. We are a co-creator. Each one of us is co-creating these thresholds of consciousness that are coming into the earth plane through these twin flame journeys. We are an active contribution by the individual work we do, but that is our vote of confidence in the divine plan for us to desire this growth, to be analyzing it and living the Tao of it, so to speak. So we do have a contribution to it through our free will to be able to witness it in the appropriate ways that allows it to come through. There's no hard work in it, but allowing it and asking to be shown is a free will requirement to find the synergy in the journey. And that's what we are reaching here with these tower moments. That is the physical evidence of the counterparts coming to this allowance within, putting down the guard, dropping the fight, and really calibrating within what things mean to us, how we're looking at things. That's bringing in these eternally aligned changes in the physical, and it's the prerequisite for these big manifestations to come in. Beautiful. What is the spirit guided solution? Be in this empowerment. This is the martial artist level flow and grace. I often, with this particular card, see the counterparts meeting their reality and literal manifestations and blessings arising out, populating out of the field of potential towards the counterparts. This feminine has a flame in her hand, and so this is the surrender to the love, Que sera sera again, and knowing that all things are coming towards us, that there is all provision in the universe, and that when we align, we can be receptive not only to this union, but to all of creation rising up to honor and interact with us. It's coming back into the Garden of Eden, so to speak, where we were one with our reality, where we were in unity consciousness to the point of not even being self-aware, self-conscious, right? If you go back to that original story prior to the fall from grace, there was no conception of nakedness. It just all was permitted. It was all safe. It was all harmonious. We're coming back into that energy where it's all our friend, my friend. It's so beautiful. Okay, what can we see for the direction coming up? Oh, victory. There's this silent victory rumbling under the surface for all the twins, for all the nations to hear, I just heard. So it's going to roll out publicly. There will be these independent victories that are positioning all of the twins to greatness, I just heard. True spiritual light in the world, true public acknowledgement of this, that has come through as a prerequisite for the unions, because as the twins establish all over the world on all levels of society, that knowledge of the light that we bring influences those around us, and when these unions come in, that brings magnitude and catches attention by those who already see the light emanating from the twins. It adds another layer, another dimension, another advancement of the learning that all those around are vicariously bearing witness to. Okay, my dears, bye for now.